What is up, guys? Mega Matt here with another pickups video for the month of October. I hope you guys had a good Halloween. I know I sure did. But anyway, I've got some stuff, so let's get into it. First things first, this is probably the last garage sale pickup I probably ever will have the rest of the year. Lady was having a garage sale. Just saw a sign, so I decided to stop. They only had one gaming thing, but it's this purple Game Boy. And it has Super Mario Land in the back of it, and it was $2. So that's all I got from garage sales, and that's probably going to be it for the season since it is getting colder. I've been watching a YouTube channel called Chase After the Right Price. It's a guy that lives out in Michigan. And he goes around, he has like an Amazon store. He does like reselling for a life, but he goes to garage sales, he goes to thrift stores and that, and one other store he goes to, which I didn't realize, is Family Video. I guess you can buy games at Family Video as long as they have a sticker on them saying you can buy them. So I just, for the heck of it, I went around to all the Family Videos and I found some games. I got 3 games. They're both $8 each, or 3 for $21, so I got 3 of them. But I got, for the PlayStation 3, Yakuza Dead Souls, which I've been wanting to try that game anyway. Soul Calibur 5, which I didn't have. Don't really know much about this one, but it's worth a shot. And then this one, which is GoldenEye Reloaded. All PS3 games, so $21 for those 3. Not a bad deal. Then I went to my local store called Half Price Books, and they used to have be a really cheap clearance store. They're still called an outlet. However, they like relocated. They closed and they relocated and they opened up a new location. But a lot of their stuff is like it's priced cheap, but it's not as cheap as it was. However, they do have a video game wall, and it's mainly like hit or miss. Like, you either have to be there right when they put games out, or the same games will sit there for, you know, a good 2-3 months. But I guess I was in there at the right time because I saw these new games that they didn't have, and some of them were pretty good. A lot of times it's usually like sports titles, or it's really nothing too crazy, but I got some games here. So some cartridge games. For the Super Nintendo for $2.99, got Lethal Enforcers. This for the Sega Genesis, Beauty and the Beast, Roar of the Beast. That was $2.99 as well. And then this one I was just shocked to see. This was $5, but for the N64, 007 GoldenEye. So that was awesome. And then I went back to, they have a clearance section on top of that. So they have like a regular section where video games are, but then like in the back of the store where they put like books and movies and that on clearance. And this game was in the clearance section, which I don't know how people missed this game, or I might have missed it as well, but this is a sports game that's actually worth some money. If you guys see this for cheap, definitely pick this up. I got this for $3, and I think it goes for around $30, $35. But this is the last NCAA football game, NCAA Football 14. For the PlayStation 3. So that was $3 on clearance. So if you guys ever see that game and it's cheap, pick it up, because it is definitely worth some money. So I went thrifting the other day. I've been thrifting all week actually, because I'm not working right now due to a maintenance shutdown thing. Won't get into it, but I've been off. I was off last week, and I'm off all this week. So I went to Salvation Army in Belvedere, which is a city that's about 15-20 minutes from here. And it's funny. I've been to that store before. I've never found anything in there. and I went to their media section, and they had on their top shelf, they just had a line of video games. And the very first game in that slot was kind of surprising. Super Smash Brothers Melee. And it's a complete copy on top of it. So all their like DVDs in that are like $2 with tax, $2.40 or something. So for $2.40, not a bad deal, since this game still goes for quite a bit of money, and I'm sure it's gonna keep its price with the new Smash Bros coming out. And then I found this at was it Goodwill? I think yeah, it was at a Goodwill. I was at a Goodwill, not the Goodwill in my town. It was the town north of me that's like 10 minutes away. Some lady was putting out DVDs, and it's best to get to like a Goodwill or Salvation Army when they're just putting out new stock. That way it's it's unpicked, nobody's picked through it. But this game was in there, and it's complete. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for the original Xbox. So I mean, now that's another game where it's good 20-30 bucks at least, and it was $2 and change. So I did get one Facebook deal. Some guy was selling a bunch of Silent Hill video games. He had Silent Hill 1, 2, 3. He had the ones on PS3. He had the, and I think he had a couple for the 360, but he had this game for the PS2, which is very uncommon to find. I paid, I think, 30 bucks for it, but I think it goes for like 65, 70. It's just really obscure game. Never played it, but we got Silent Hill, Shattered Memories, and it's nice and complete. So really happy to add that to the collection. Hopefully I'll get around to playing some of these games. It's just, now that I'm off, I can play more. So I did one trade. I had a copy of a stall on the Sega Saturn. My buddy wanted it for his collection, so we kind of worked out a trade. I don't have a Sega Saturn. I was just hanging on to it because he's mentioned he wanted it. So we ended up doing a trade. I traded him that, and he traded me Lunar Silver Star Story Complete for the PlayStation 1. This has everything in it, including like the little cloth map and all the extra stuff that comes with it. And an uncommon PlayStation 1 game that I've only seen maybe once or twice. This is God Bless the Ring, Airgeese. And it's basically a fighting game with like all like Final Fantasy Squaresoft characters. Kind of fighting, kind of different. It's different. I enjoyed it. I played it a few times at my buddy's house, but it's kind of cool. It's got Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, as you can see there. It's pretty cool. And then the last pickups are from my local game store. I got some PlayStation 1 games. This is a funny story. I don't have this Resident Evil game. Picked it up. It's Resident Evil Survivor. And at the day after I pick it up, Angry Video Game Nerd does a video on how horrible it is. So, I mean, I haven't played it. I can't really say much about it, so I don't really know. But he says, like, the controls are bad. It's got, like, the same voice acting from, like, the first Resident Evil. But it's a Resident Evil game I didn't have, so it's like, well, might as well, right? Then they had this game, which is very uncommon. Got a lot of uncommon games this month. Never really seen this in the wild either. I mean, I have at like conventions, but I haven't seen it at like a game store. But this was priced half off as well. I mean, this game I think goes for a little bit over $100 now, and I paid I think $45 for it. So they had it mispriced. So I snagged it, but this is The Struggle Within Clock Tower 2. This is the second Clock Tower. The first Clock Tower is just as uncommon to find. But it's basically like a I think if it's like the first one, I'm not sure because I haven't played it, but it's like a point and click game. I don't know if you guys can't really tell by the back there, but point and click horror game. It's kind of odd, different, but it's kind of like Maniac Mansion if you ever played that on the original Nintendo. So that kind of style. So pretty cool to have that. Then I got some PS2 games. This, I thought, I don't know why, I picked this up because it was cheap and I thought one of my other friends I knew wanted it, but turns out they don't want it, so I have an extra copy of it, but it was only like 17 bucks, and that's Fatal Frame 2. I picked this up a couple months ago for my collection. This one actually, the manual, is it the manual? Yeah, the manual had like a little crease in it, so I swapped it out with this one. So, but now I have an extra copy of that, so I don't know. This one, which you don't really see, this is on the original Xbox as well. I have the Anthology collection, but this was cheap, so I picked it up. But this is Metal Slug 4 and 5. If you have the Anthology collection, I think these two are both included on there, so really I don't really need this, but it was cheap. This game, which never even heard of this, I didn't even know there was a sequel or anything to it, but I've heard it's okay. I've heard it's alright. It's a beat 'em up. It's part of a series. It's part of the Final Fight series. This just looks more of like, kind of like Yakuza, if I had to take a guess here. But this is Final Fight Streetwise. Like I said, never heard of this one before. So, and this game, I got this game for how much is this receipt in here? No, I think I got paid $6 or $7 for this, and this game I think still goes for around 30. I've been wanting to try and I've been wanting to play it, so it's like I wasn't gonna pay for it because it's just, you know. But this is Time Splitters Future Perfect. If you ever see this game for cheap, definitely pick it up. This is like one of the more expensive Time Splitter games. There's Time Splitters 2, and I think there's another one as well. But I'm not really sure which one. And then this game, this was kind of like just an impulse buy. Don't judge me, please. I was in the store, and one of the employees is like, "Hey, you want this game? This is you know, it's not, you don't see this every now and then." I'm like, "What is it?" It's like, "It's the Guy game." I guess this game was pulled off of shelves because there is a girl in this game where she posed. I don't know if it was like for nudity or what she was posing for this game, and then they didn't ask her if it was okay to put her in this game or something, and I don't know if she sued the company or what happened, or if it's a nude picture. I don't really know 100%, but I know that this game came out and then it got pulled from the shelves like shortly after, so there's like limited copies of this floating around. This is on the original Xbox as well, so, and that was like half off as well. That's another reason why I picked it up. So, but that's it for this month, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. I don't know what next month will bring, but we shall see. Until next time, take care.